Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, and Jewelry Forever at jewelryforever.ca. Enjoy the show.
Broadcasting live from Glenmore Record Studios in Toronto, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, your Sunday morning talk show with interesting guests, live musical performances, and the most fun you can fit in your coffee cup. Hosted by Scott Dion Brown and Regine Alaina, this is The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
The lights are much brighter there. You can forget all your trouble. Forget all your... Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 155, I think. Yeah, I think that's right. 155 of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. I am your host, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown, and it looks kind of cloudy outside, but bright here in the city of Toronto. But good morning to you all, and I'm Scott Dion Brown. Hi, Christian. Hello, thank you. You were here early, and then we were having some technical problems, and we kind of still are, so we're figuring it out. But we're here now. But thank you for being here, Night Wolf. Good morning. What's up? You're tired? Well, thank you for being here, Night Wolf. Eli, Chris, what's up? Welcome to the show. I'm Scott Dion Brown, and I'm joined by the greatest co-host in the galaxy, the one, the only,
Regine Alaina. Happy Sunday, fun day, everyone. A fun day filled with technical difficulties, like Scott said, but the show must go on regardless, right, Scott?
That's right. We're figuring it out, and I think we've got it sorted. I'm not really sure. For some reason we were hearing weird noise. It's just one of those mornings, guys.
Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. But how was your week, Regine?
It was good. I finally started my Christmas shopping, which is really late for me. I usually start a lot earlier, but I think I was really hesitant to start because it's like, last Christmas we were all in lockdown. I'm like, I have to be very picky with who I'm shopping for right now, because what if we don't even see each other? Who knows? So
you've already started your Christmas shopping?
I did. I am doing small gifts this year since I am getting married. I can't break the bank right now on Christmas gifts. So people are going to get a small gift and a wedding invitation so that they realize why they're getting a small gift. Just be glad you're getting a gift from me, actually.
Yeah, you're much, much, much ahead of me. I'll say that. I haven't even... Actually, that's not true. I have thought about Christmas, but I don't know. I'm never very good at Christmas shopping. But I'll make sure I get you a gift, Regina. I'll get you a nice gift.
Okay, sure. No, just kidding. What was I going to say? I was going to say, it's Christmas everywhere in the city of Toronto. I don't know how you're not feeling the Christmas spirit yet.
Yeah,
look out your window, Scott. I'm
it's
sure
true.
You'll see Christmas.
Yeah. That's right. They had the Distillery Winter Village opened this week. I didn't go, but I heard they have their big tree lighting ceremony, so that's fun.
Sounds like fun.
I'll go check it out at some point. But Regine, I think we should bring in our guest.
Yes.
All right, I have a bio for her. And we were having a few technical issues. But, there's Christian. Yes, hello. Hey, I am Musa. Welcome to the show. You're just in time. We're about to introduce our guest. I just want to open the bio. I've got it on my phone. Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is a host of OT with Caroline, Lindsay, and Lena on Sportsnet 650, as well as a sports anchor on City News Vancouver, Calgary, and Toronto. And she was also the on-field reporter for the Vancouver Canadians on Sportsnet Pacific and was a co-host of Vancouver Canadians Game Day on Sportsnet 650. She's also the reigning Mrs. Galaxy Vancouver 2022. And she is very delighted that the Leafs lost 2-0 to the Rangers yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Caroline Frolic. Hello.
Hi. Thanks for having me. I'm glad we got these technical issues sorted.
Good
Yes.
morning. It's really early there. Maybe that's why your internet's like, what's happening? It's too early for this stream.
Well, probably. The internet's like, what is going on? Actually, during the week, I'm up at 3:15 a.m. So it's 8:18 right now in Vancouver, West Coast time. So this is technically my lunch.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is like
Well, good afternoon. Okay.
Yeah, good afternoon. Wow. That's an early start. But yeah, that makes sense. So you're used to getting up early then. You're yeah.
I am. It was a late night last night, though. I was in Langley, which is about 45 minutes out from Vancouver, covering the Vancouver Giants, which is our WHL team here. It was Legends Night, so that was fantastic. Got to meet and speak to Stan Smeel, Canucks legend. And so I got home about just before midnight, but it's all right. Nothing a giant mug of coffee can't fix.
That's a big mug.
It's gigantic. I think it's almost a liter, this thing. So if I start twitching and jumping up to the ceiling, you know why? Just let me come back down.
All right, perfect. Actually,
I want a mug like that.
Yeah, we have sit down mugs, so we got these guys made. But
I want one of those.
We can make that happen. I'm actually
Scott's going to BC next.
I'm coming to
week.
BC. But the thing is, it's not. You know what it is? It's like your standard mug.
Our original sit down mug in the studio is a bit bigger than the ones we have at home.
Maybe it's time for an upgrade, Regine.
Oh, there she goes.
It's time for an upgrade. Oh, I think we just we cannot. I think something happened with your camera, Caroline. I don't know if you can hear us, but try to log out, and log back in again, and we'll bring you on. We'll bring you on again. Regine, maybe it is time for an upgrade, a mug upgrade.
I need a new T-shirt. I need a new mug. I need a new. Guys, should we rebrand the sit down, or should we leave it as is?
Yeah, it's been a little while since we've done it. Okay, I see her again. Okay, let me just get her back in here. Hang on. Yeah, I think we can hear you, Caroline, but the audience can't yet. 1 second. Boop, boop, boop.
So it's interesting now. Caroline, can you hear me?
You can.
Okay, perfect. So the best part about having Caroline on the show today is, so she was on the pageant sit down, and she was talking sports to me, and I'm just here like, man, I need to get her on with Scott so they can talk sports, and I could just sit there and nod and say, yes, I know what you're talking about. So you're here.
Go sport ball.
Woo! Yeah. I mean, my only issue with talking sports is I'm not good at, as my dad would say, and I'm pretty similar. It's like, I'm not a stats guy. Like I follow the Leafs, and I know I know most of the major players on the Leafs, but I more watch the game because, I watch the games, Yeah.
I like stats. I like the interesting nuggets, but I'm not going to sit here and go, Bo Horvat won blah, blah, blah % of the face-off. So I don't care. Part of what we do on OT when we interview players, I get it. It sucks to lose and it's fun to win. Scoring that goal felt really great. Wow, that's groundbreaking stuff. I want to know what makes you tick, because a lot of what people forget is that these athletes are people. They have families, they're human beings. And I want to know what makes you tick. Yeah, so we ask silly questions, which apparently the athletes really like, because we want to get to know them. We had Adam Gaudette, former Vancouver Canuck, on our show. He was our first Canuck, and we talked to him about his wife playing video games, and he apparently went to the PR rep of the Canucks and said that was the best interview I've ever done. So we were just like,
wow,
God, thanks, because we talked to them about them being people, because they're athletes. They get paid a ridiculous amount of money to have fun for a living, basically, but they're still people. So stats, fine. I can tell you the Leafs lost last night. I can tell you the Canucks are in danger, girl. Canucks in danger, girl. But I don't care who won what face-offs. I don't care about percentage points winning. I like watching games because I like sports. And when it comes to the athletes, I want to get to know who they are. So.
Love
Cool. And people are into that. I mean, I don't know if you guys have heard of it's on Prime Video. There's like it's basically a reality TV show about the Leafs. I don't know if you guys have watched it at all or heard of it.
I've heard of it. I haven't watched it because I couldn't fathom watching the Leafs that long. But I heard it does encompass the playoff loss, so that I'll watch.
It's
Scott,
very...
can you do me a favor? Sorry. If you actually end up meeting up with Caroline next week, can you please wear your Leafs jersey or hoodie or hat or something?
I'll just be that guy walking around Vancouver with a Leaf jersey everywhere I go. Are the Leafs in town?
You won't be the only one. There are a lot of Leaf fans. When the Leafs come
you and
here,
your brother
it's pretty much 75% Leaf fans in the crowd.
Oh, well,
my God.
That's good.
Make
to
it
know.
happen.
But at least that's when
at
least that's when they're playing. Otherwise, I don't want to be like the guy who's randomly there in the Leaf. Like when I go to Argos games with my dad, and it's like whenever we're at the game, no matter who, they'll be playing like Hamilton or they could be playing the BC Lions or whatever. But there's always like a random Rider fan in his green sitting there somewhere. It's like there's the Saskatchewan Rough Rider fans are like everywhere, and they're always just wearing. It's like they're not playing. Yeah, I know, but I'm here in my Rider jersey. Like, all right, cool. Oh, we lost her again. I'm not sure what's happening with our camera, but come on back when you're log in, log out. But yes, I mean that would be funny if the Leafs are playing. But otherwise, I don't know. I'm not one of those guys who like wears a jersey around unless I'm going. Maybe.
Just do it. Just because this is what we're talking about right now.
I mean, it would be funny.
You gotta.
Okay, she's coming back in. There she is. Hang on, I'm just gonna get her in here. 1 second. Whoop.
We're working on our fillers, so when you disappear, we have something
there
to
we
talk
go.
about.
We can see you once again.
Oh my gosh! I'm like, come on!
It's because you
the
keep making
random
fun of the
Rider
Leafs.
fan wearing the jersey at the game. I mean, Rider fans in the CFL, they are passionate about their team. I mean, BC, Toronto. I've lived in both cities. I think we can both agree. Yes, there's a fan base, but not everyone in each of those cities are a fan of said team. Whereas if you're in Saskatchewan, you are a Riders fan, period, or you're not from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one thing. I guess you probably deal with the same way. It's like I love going to the games, and the Argos fans are super passionate fans. But that's the thing. They're in a market like Toronto when they're competing with Leafs, Blue Jays, Raptors, everything. It's just it doesn't quite. The thing that bothers me though is like when I have talked to people who like even some of my friends who are like, I'm like, you should go to an Argos game. Like you should come, right? And then they've got this perception that like, oh well, it's not the NFL, so it's not even, and that always bothers me. Like, I mean, yes, obviously the NFL, they've got more money. Yes, all the best players in the world are going, but like they act like it's like just like a beer league or something. It just I don't know, bothers me.
Yeah, and that's the thing, that it's not a beer league. It's not a feeder league. I mean, a lot of them are ex-NFLers or potential NFLers, but it doesn't mean it's a secondary league. I mean, my American husband, I took him to a game. First of all, he was floored that there was football in June, so he was like a little boy at Christmas. But he was like, this is good football. And we go to games as much as we can. And it's a great atmosphere. It's a lot of fun. I dare you. Those games are always phenomenal. And what I love about the Grey Cup is that it's just Canadiana at its finest. And having lived in the States for as long as I did and trying to find the Grey Cup on, the Ocho, basically, it was so much fun. And it made me so nostalgic and so proud to be Canadian watching the Grey Cup, especially being in another country. Mm-hmm. And when we would watch it, when we would go to a restaurant and watch it, and ask them to put it on the Grey what? The what cup? Who? And then you see Americans walking by behind the screen, and you see them all go, oh, I can't move my neck. I was in an accident. But they all look sideways and they go, what is that? Look at the end zone. And then they sit and watch and they're like, this is really cool. What is this? I'm like, that's the Canadian Football League. And I do my little 30-second elevator pitch, and they would sit down and like, can we watch with this is, so what are these teams? And I'm like, oh, well, that's this and that's them. And, so I felt like an ambassador for the sport. But yeah, the Grey Cup is done really well. And I think it really unites Canadians for that weekend, if that makes any sense. Whether you follow the CFL or not, everyone's watching the Grey Cup. And everyone's just proud to be Canadian that weekend.
We have a Grey Cup special here on the Sit Down.
We do. I always I wear my jersey, and it's a good time.
I should go get my Lions jersey. They're not going to be in the Grey Cup.
Argo's pretty good this year.
Argos were fantastic this year. Yeah.
Yeah. Bethel Thompson is QB. And Beatty's kicking, he kicked a field goal that was 55 yards, and he cleared it by 15 yards. Yeah. It's like a 65-yard kick right down the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you want to compare leagues, there are some guys in the NFL that can't even get the PAT. So, bam.
There you go.
Where's your feeder league right now?
I'm just sitting here fans. I don't know what those letters would mean.
Regine's like, sport ball.
Yeah.
Yay, sports. But yeah, they're fun games. That's right. So we'll say this to people. If you're, especially you live in a city like Vancouver, or you're in Toronto, yes, okay, yeah, we got the Leafs, we got the Blue Jays, okay. We don't. If you like football, you should support your local team.
Yeah, I mean, the league almost went under because of the pandemic. I mean, let's put that in perspective. And then people were up in arms, and I felt like just saying, well, then go to the games when they're here. How many games have you gone to? Why are you so outraged that the league may fold or the league is in danger? How many games did you go to pre-pandemic? Okay, thanks. So I would like to see sports fans put their money where their mouth is. Same with the WNBA. Oh, we should support it. How many games have you gone to? Cool. So then support it. Don't just say you should support it, actively support it. And then don't act surprised when the league is in trouble.
Exactly. I mean, I know, again, in the case with Toronto, the Argos they're the oldest professional sports team to have the same name in North America. Just think about what a tragedy that would be if that. Yeah, because the CFL is actually double the age of the NFL. It's over. They had their 100th Grey Cup that I was at. I attended. That was cool.
Oh, that must have been a party. I was at the Grey Cup. Gosh, this was 20 years ago now when I was on the Score. Toronto hosted the Grey Cup, and people were like, oh, is the Grey Cup happening? I'm like, come on, be better, Toronto fans. But it was so much fun. We had, it was just a blast. Not the whole city. Parts of the city were just one big party. And yeah, again, just makes you proud to be Canadian. That league just really makes you so proud to be Canadian. Yeah.
Well, because especially for the Grey Cup, you've got fans who, because they determine where the Grey Cup will be before you know who's going to be playing in it. So I got lucky on the 100th because Toronto happened to be in it at the time. But we already had our tickets, but so what that happens is you've got Canadians from all over the country will converge on one city. And so, you're meeting fans from all over the place. My uncle, who I've gone to Argos games with him. Oh, we lost Caroline again, but come on in. But yeah, people converge on the city. And so my uncle travels he's been to almost every Grey Cup over the last however many years.
100 years.
But, yeah. Okay, let me get her back in. Hang on.
I hope he's not watching after I said that.
Yeah. Hang on, copy this link. Hang on. I'm just getting her back in.
We're all good, Caroline. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Things happen sometimes.
So those who are watching, I see your comments coming through. Yes, we are having technical difficulties on the show today. Bear with us. Okay, 155 episodes. It's bound to happen.
There you go. Yeah, Christian saying hello in different languages. Hello, Zach is here. What's up? How are you? Oh, you got a Brawlhalla skin? Nice. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. We're here with Caroline Frolic. Anyway, yeah, I was just saying, so my uncle, my uncle is a huge Riders fan, and often he's come to games with me at BMO Field, and it's the exact situation. Argos are playing BC, and he's there in his Riders jersey. But then the weird part is he'll stand up, and there's always another Rider fan over there, and they wave at each other. But he goes to like every Grey Cup pretty much, but he almost never gets tickets to the game. He's usually like, there's so many parties happening around, you know, it's a good time.
Yeah, is sometimes the party outside of the game is where you want to go. I went to the Pro Bowl and
That's where I want to go.
Gosh, years ago now. And the tailgating and being Hawaii, there was no real home team. So there were little pockets of different fans from all the NFL teams.
Mhm.
And Aloha Stadium was just filled with fans from everywhere. So I'm like, oh, there's the 49ers crowd. Burr, 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 yay. And, there's the Raiders crowd. Run away from them. They're scary. And then my friend goes, oh, my God, the game started like an hour ago. I said, oh, do we have to go? She said, well, we have tickets. So we went in for maybe half a quarter. Saw a little bit of halftime show. She said, are you going to be mad if I want to leave? No. So we went back out and the party was in the parking lot. And I mean, it was Pro Bowl. I mean, it didn't count, but it was nice to see, like, all right, good, great, cool. Okay, let's go back out and party with the fans. So sometimes the party is where you want to go. And the game is just, oh yeah, that's happening too. Cool.
Yeah, it's that's part of the whole experience. That's one thing I haven't been able to experience yet is like tailgating in the US. Because we don't really, I mean, I know in Ontario at least the liquor laws are stricter. So like my dad says, because he goes down to Bills games from time to time, not obviously since COVID, but he and he says like, yeah, like that's the real parties there outside.
Yeah, I went to a Bills Cowboys Monday nighter game. Gosh, now many moons ago now, and the people next to us. I mean, we just had a little tiny hibachi, like a little tiny barbecue. And we were just, we had our little tiny sausages and they had, tables out. They had a spread. They had, tapenade over there. That was just like, wow. They're like, hey, Canadians, come on over. Okay. But
okay, I'm coming.
Yeah. We're like, yeah, we're going to go hang out with them. Enjoy your cocktail weenies. So we went over and hung out with them, but they do it right. And that's the only tailgating I've ever done at an American football game. But man, everyone had their spread. Someone brought a porta potty. So they, there was thought and effort put into that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And in Toronto, they tried to create a thing where you can pay, I think, for like a parking spot near BMO Field. But I guess because the beer restrictions are so like you have to buy beer there and it's not, I don't know. I don't think it's not at the same level, I guess.
Yeah.
Is what it is. But
yeah, having to buy their beer, which is probably what, $17.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous.
Yeah, here the Lions play right downtown. So a lot of people make it, if you don't live in the city, it's your night out in the city. So you make your dinner reservations, you make plans to go out afterwards. So it's a big experience. And they're usually home games on Friday nights, which works out well. But
sure.
yeah, we walk to games and it's a lot of fun. It's a fun atmosphere.
So when you're working, do you watch the game or are you actually like mentally taking notes down for
both
your interview? Okay.
Both. When I'm at the Canucks games, I'm a fan, but I still have to talk about it the next day. So I'll just say to my husband, I'll go, oh wow. So my VO is going to be blah, blah, blah. And he's like, can you just watch the game? And I'm like, wait a second, what's he doing? So I'll make notes in my phone. He goes, you're a fan. Like, no. So
I'm also getting paid
hard
for this.
Yeah, it's kind of hard not to, but if I don't have to work the next day, I'm, I kind of tune out a little bit and let my trash talking come in. But for instance, last night at the Vancouver Giants, I host the pregame, postgame show and the intermissions. So I really want to know what's going on. So I make notes, and the color commentator, Bill Wilms, who's been in the WHL for, well before all of us were born. He goes, wow, you're an active spectator. I'm like, well, yeah, I don't want to be a dodo bird on the air saying, the guy that scored that goal next to that thing. I want to make sure that I have all my notes and, I come up with things in my head that I know are going to just fall out. So I just make my notes. And yeah, so when I'm there for work, I'm working, but also enjoying. And it's kind of hard not to cheer. When you're in the press box, you have to be stern and, impartial. I'm not impartial. I'm just like, but I try to keep it down because, I've got the guys doing play-by-play right in front of me, so they can't have me going, every time anything happens.
Yeah.
So I have to, inside voice.
Oh my God, that'd be funny if all you hear is like Caroline screaming.
Oh, well, it's happened on the radio for City News 1130. I happened to work. I was filling in for somebody for Game 6 of the NBA Final in 2019. So, yeah, and I get really nervous when one of my teams plays. So I can't watch. I do laps. Mm-hmm. So I just did laps around, and they said, all right, if the Raptors...
Oh, she froze. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Okay, we'll get her back.
How about we do our ad break while we wait for her to come back?
Oh, yeah, we can't. Oh, we heard her for a second and we lost her. But yeah, you were saying you'll do the ad break?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, Caroline, we're going to quickly do the ads and we're going to get you logged back in here. And something's going on here with the show, but thank you all for being here. Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, she's back.
Okay, she's back. Okay, let me import her. We're just going to quickly do the ad break while we sort this out. But ladies and gentlemen, today's episode of the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown is brought to you by the following fantastic advertisers. The Toronto real estate market is growing and changing every day. And in these challenging times, you need someone in your corner. Jeanette McKenzie, Realtor at Forest Hill Signature, is committed to looking out for you. She'll go the extra mile to ensure you have all the information you need to make a decision you can feel confident about. Purchasing a home is one of the biggest financial investments you'll make in life. Don't leave it to chance. Call Jeanette McKenzie at Forest Hill Signature. She's my realtor, and she could be yours. Call today at 416-523-0408 or email at JMckenziehomes@gmail.com. Jewelry Forever. Conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East Markham. They do custom-made jewelry, repairs, and change watch batteries, all done on site. And we have a great deal worked out with them, don't we, Regine?
We do. If you go into the store and let them know that Scott and Regine sent you, you'll get 15% off your entire purchase.
That's right, 15% off, 15%. Jerry at Jewelry Forever is an absolute artist. He specializes in customized stuff. You're bound to find something beautiful for the special person on your list. But they also have a beautiful selection of things that are already manufactured. So check them out. Jewelry Forever. JewelryForever.ca. And it was brought to you by Deliciousness Treats.
Hot chocolate bombs, dipped Oreos, and smash cakes. Perfect for the winter time. I will be launching our Christmas menu, so make sure you stay tuned. Follow us on Instagram at deliciousness_treats and on Facebook at Deliciousness Treats.
That's right. Everybody, get those hot chocolate bombs. I can personally attest to their deliciousness.
I think you've had everything on the menu.
I have, and I will again, Regine. I will
That's
again.
my taste tester, or one of them at least.
Correct. So check it out. Deliciousness Treats, everybody. Sweet treats in a mug. And if you would like to advertise on the show, it's very easy, right, Regine?
It's simple. All you guys have to do is email us at radioshowad, that's radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. We do the show live every week, everybody, and we do the ads live every week. What does that mean? It means that you can personalize the ads week to week. Do you have an event or sale or something happening at a particular time in a particular place? You let us know. We let your audience know in real time. It's an amazing way to build a new audience with a potential new audience. I messed that up a little, but you get the idea. Radio show ad, radioshowad@gmail.com. And we're back. Hello.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, the software keeps like booting Caroline every little. But it's okay. We got it.
I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi. I seem to have full bars and everything. I don't know. I think I'm just sucking the energy.
Yeah.
You're back and you're talking about the Raptors, so let's hear it.
Well, I was on air that night that they won. and I knew I was going live, not at my usual sport time, and I was making laps, and it wasn't my usual shift. So the producer was losing his mind, and the main anchor, they're like, "Where's Frolic?" I'm like, "Oh, she laps. It's okay. She'll be back." And then it looked like the Raptors won. Mm-hmm. And so I'm on the air, hyperventilating, trying to be cool, couldn't. And my buddy who was a producer is from Toronto too. So we were both just jumping and hugging. We're like, "Frolic, you're on the air." And it's like, "Oh yeah, boom." And then I look, and then it was just, I didn't know what was going on because I had my earphones on. I'm like, "Oh wait, they didn't win. Why is it the foul line? What's going on?" And then I see them celebrating. And then I went, "Oh my God, they won." A little loud. And so I had to apologize for the pierced eardrums, but it was fine. Canada wins gold in soccer. Canadian women win gold in soccer. I'm on the, well, first of all, you could hear all the background, everyone in the entire building hooting and hollering. So I was just like, okay, the people from Jack FM, Kiss FM, everyone's screaming, and just going, okay, well, I'll just put the mic up and this is what's going on. So you can kind of tell they won. So it's really fun to do that live and report the good news as opposed to, our team lost again. Everything is sad and no one wants to live. But it's really fun when everybody becomes a sports fan, like when Team Canada plays. Everyone's a sports fan, and sports becomes news, and then I get giddy. So,
in fact, speaking of Team Canada, the men's soccer team is amazing right now.
I know. Now, Alfonso Davies probably the best footballer out of North America right now. And what I loved about that game against Mexico was Alfonso's, he's already won for Bayern Munich. He's got his championships, but he was out there in minus goodness knows what, waving his Canadian flag, being proud to be Canadian. And, they're jumping in snowbanks.
Yeah.
It was so nice to see. And then they pan to the crowd and they're all wearing Team Canada hockey jerseys. But I probably would have done the same thing. But it was really touching. I got a little misty-eyed watching that. And oh my gosh, what a match. Those last 7 minutes, I had to lap. I couldn't watch. I had to do a lap. And they finally won. And I think we're all still giddy about it, aren't we? Because that was unexpected. They had not beaten Mexico since 2000, and it was the Gold Cup.
Wow.
Yeah. So talk about slaying the dragon. And was that ever fantastic. Canada are only unbeaten team right now in the octagonal. 6 more matches left, and if they can finish in the top 3, then they're automatically into the World Cup.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. It was so weird. So I went to an Argos game that night actually, but beforehand I was like on Twitter, scrolling, and like I'm watching. They're like there's like pictures of them like prepping the field, and the field is like covered in snow, and they're like shoveling it off. And then there was like this much snow on the seats in the stands, and they were in there with a broom sweeping it off. Mm-hmm. I was like, whoa. Yeah. And then we managed to catch the last. I'm not sure. We left the Argos game slightly early because it was the last game and they weren't playing any of their main guys because they were already through. And so we caught the end of the game. But it's so weird. Such a Canadian thing to be watching with all that snow all over. It was so weird.
I know. And my friends from the States were going, wow, it's really cold. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I'm in Vancouver. It never gets that.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, we lost her again. Oh, no. All right, log out, log back in. Remember what she was just saying, Regine. Remember what she was just saying.
Every time she gets really passionate about a topic, it's like,
Yep. All right, we'll get her back. She'll log out, log back in. But yes, if you're just tuning in, we are here with Caroline Frolic, professional sportscaster on Sportsnet 650. And we're talking all sorts of things, but specifically we were just talking about the men's soccer team. Men's Canadian soccer team has just been tearing it up lately and is in a very, very good position to be making their way to the World Cup. Hang on, and we've got her back. Hang on, we're getting it in here. And they can see you in 3, 2...
count any solo.
And well, I had to make sure she's going to be there when I get to 1. Okay, there she is. Okay, continue.
I'm getting good at putting the password in and all that
just
stuff
copy
now.
and paste
Like,
the password.
God, I don't even know what I was saying, but first of all, if it would never get that cold in Vancouver. Like I was saying, it gets down to 5 degrees. People are wearing earmuffs.
Toronto.
But it was just unbelievable. But it couldn't have been more Canadian. Playing in the snow, they were all frozen. You could see their breath, and I did feel for the players. People were like, "Oh, well, it's Canada. They're used to it." And it's like, well, no, they're Canadian soccer players. They never play in that, and that's not comfortable for anyone. I don't care where you're from. So stop making excuses. Canada won. Suck it up. They're top of the table. Deal.
Yeah,
Bam.
exactly.
So
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
So how was it for you, I guess, because you also lived in Hawaii. So how was the sports? What is the sports like there? Because I can only imagine is there a hockey team in Hawaii?
No, there's one ice rink, and it's on the other island. It's on the main island, Oahu. My husband played roller hockey, and
That's
right
cool.
by the water. And then the best was seeing Canadian tourists come by and going, "Oh, where we're from, we play this on ice." Like, yes, I know, me too. Thank you. You don't need to speak slow. I can understand.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And you can tell the expat Canadians and the East Coast Americans, and there was a couple of Czech guys, and you could just see them. You're just like, oh yeah, there's Miroslav from Czech Republic. Yes, there he is. You can tell that's him. But there's people like hockey there, and there's a lot of expat Canadians. So we would set up TVs at the beach and watch the Stanley Cup. We would watch the Olympics. Anytime World Juniors were on, we would wake up and watch it. And usually it was about 2 or 3 in the morning because of time changes and it being not, in our part of the world. But a lot of people, football is big there. A lot of the West Coast teams are followed. I grew up a Niners fan. Of course, that was the 80s, and everyone was a Niners fan in the 80s. But when it comes to hockey, Hawaiians and people that live in Hawaii know about it. They don't necessarily care, but when they watch it, they think it's cool. So we had our following. We had that, and then when the Blue Jays, it was the wild card game against the Orioles. My husband's an Orioles fan, and I had to work that day. And I just said to my boss, I said, I'm not going to be paying attention to anything today. I was like,
oh no.
All right, you froze again, but come back in, and we will get her back in here. Speaking of the 49ers, actually, that explains a lot, because what I just remembered is when I was a kid, I have pictures of myself and my brother and my dad, all 3 of us. Okay, hang on, she's backing on. I'll get her in, and then I'll say what I'm about to say.
I'm telling you, every time Caroline gets very passionate about something, she freezes.
Yeah. Okay, wait. There we go. There she is.
Yeah, that's true. I'm sucking the life out of this stream.
You get so into it, and it's like
too much excitement. No, it's good. I like it.
Overload.
Speaking of the 49ers, I was just got a flashback memory. There's a bunch of pictures when I was a kid of me, my brother, and my dad all wearing 49ers jerseys, and I thinking back, I'm like, I don't really. I mean, I guess maybe my dad was a 49ers fan, but that's what when you said, oh, back then everybody was a 49ers fan, I was like, oh, maybe that explains it. Okay.
Probably. That was Joe Montana, Jerry Rice days. And for me, I mean, there was a Hawaiian guy on the team. So Hawaii backed the team. And, it was the California teams, people in Hawaii basically cheer for because it's the closest.
Makes sense.
And at that time, the Raiders didn't really have an identity. Were they LA? Were they Oakland? Where were they? And so it was mostly 49ers. So I got looped into that, which was really fun for some time and also very painful.
Yeah.
We're just going to ride off of the win over the Rams. We're going to ride off that Monday nighter for some time.
perfect. I used to, in fact, I drew a picture of me in this I have a picture of me in my 49ers jersey and I'm all wearing the red, and I don't even think I knew what it was, but I drew that. I probably got it somewhere.
Proudsies.
I probably got it
No,
somewhere.
you know. So,
Um,
Caroline,
oh yeah.
you recently were in Iceland. How was
Yes.
that?
It was more beautiful than you would imagine it being. I already had high expectations because everybody that's gone to Iceland has just said it's incredible. It is so beautiful. The people are probably the nicest human beings I've ever encountered in my life. And I cannot wait to go back and explore more. I was only there for a short time, but it's just really the beauty does take your breath away. And I'm like, okay, mountains, fine. I live in BC. I see mountains all the time. No, that is just some breathtaking, awe-inspiring scenery.
Mhm.
And it's a fascinating country, fascinating culture. I was told that they believe in elves and trolls. So when you see the road, for no reason, the road will just kind of loop around or have a hill for no reason.
Mhm.
But it is apparently because there are, and correct me if I'm wrong, if there's anyone from Iceland listening, this is just the story I was told. I may be wrong, but it's because there's a little elf or a troll there, and they don't want to disrupt them, so they kind of build around them. I just love that.
Oh,
I love that so much.
that's cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's fascinating, and just the beauty of the country is, like I said, I can't even describe it. I was trying to take pictures of it, and it just didn't even translate. Absolutely gorgeous country, and like I said, the people, probably the kindest human beings on earth.
Mhm.
That's awesome. Yeah, I wanna go there actually. I know Christopher Nolan filmed part of log back in. We'll get you back in. But Christopher Nolan filmed part of Interstellar in Iceland specifically for that otherworldly look
I want
of
to go
it.
to Iceland. Is it
Yeah.
Iceland or Iceland?
I think it's Iceland. Although I would imagine they probably don't say it Iceland. They've probably got their own word for it.
Is it pronounced Iceland?
I remember in the Mighty Ducks movie. Have you seen the Mighty Ducks movie, Regine? Have you seen part 2?
No.
In Mighty Ducks 2, the bad guys,
Really?
the bad guys were the Iceland team.
Mm.
Okay, there she is. Hang on, let me get her back in.
But she wasn't passionate this time. Well, actually, no, she was. She was passionate.
Well,
about
she was
the
talking about the
people.
beauty of Iceland. And no, I was just commenting how in the Mighty Ducks movie part 2, the bad guys were the Iceland team, but it seems to have not been true because you said everybody in Iceland is really, really nice. Where is she?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Scott, did you import her in?
Yeah, hang on, I don't see her yet. Wait,
Oh.
what's going on? Oh wait, now we see her. Now we see. I'm not sure. I had put her in, but it hadn't
Oh,
appeared.
great. You see me as I'm scratching my nose.
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
know if
we
they heard what
do.
you just said. So yeah, I was just saying that the bad guys in the Mighty Ducks movie. I think the reason they made them the Iceland team was because I guess it's a U.S. movie and they weren't like because who's their rivals in hockey? It would be like either Canada or it would be like
Russia.
I don't know, Russia or something. So I think they wanted to pick a team that people didn't already instantly identify with. Maybe I don't know. Anyways.
Maybe, but I mean, Mike Myers chose, Goldmember to be Dutch because it's like, name one mean Dutch person. You can't. And so he said he thought it would be funny to have someone from somewhere that doesn't really have a beef with anyone. And he was actually asked, he goes, well, what about your country? He goes, well, maybe that would be kind of cool. So that never really came to fruition, but I think maybe that was it. But yeah, the Icelandic people, the culture, I'm just absolutely fascinated and obsessed with that place now.
I want to go. I saw your pictures. So Scott, and those who don't know, Caroline went there to be a judge for the Miss Universe Iceland pageant.
Oh,
So
cool.
that means if she wins Miss Universe, you could say, I picked her. Sorry,
Picked her.
Canada.
We did that. Look at what we did. Yeah, it was Miss Universe Iceland and Miss Supranational Iceland. Two incredible women, and following their journeys now, and just so excited. And the winner of and it was her last year. That's not why
Wow.
she was chosen. She was chosen because she just had the points, and we all apparently did choose her because, you know, when you're a judge, you don't know how the other judges are doing. It's like, well, I'm doing my job, you don't screw it up. But turns out we all liked her. We talked at the end. We were like, oh, thank goodness you liked her too. We liked her too. And Miss Supranational Iceland couldn't be more stunning and beautiful as well. I mean, they were all really great contestants, and I love judging, but I also hate it in that I get really stressed and I lose sleep. Because as a contestant, I know what it's like. I know the work that these ladies put into it. And I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and I don't want anyone to feel less than. But that's part of pageantry.
So speaking of being a contestant,
I'm excited.
Yeah, sorry. I was gonna say, speaking of you being a contestant, so I saw pictures of when Jenna was crowned as Mrs. Galaxy Canada. My favorite picture of her crowning is not her crowning, it's you. I wish I sent these pictures to Scott. Caroline's in the back. She's like, wah!
I'm like, ah! Well, because I mean, I loved both of them in the top two, and I was like, awesome, love them both. But I spent some time with Jenna before, and she was just really, truly, genuinely telling me what potentially winning Mrs. Galaxy Canada would mean to her. And I'm like, I want you to win. And I mean, if you meet Jenna, if you know Jenna, it's to love her. She is.
I just saw her on Friday.
I just love her so much. And so when she won and seeing her reaction, I just knew how much it meant to her. And it wasn't just, I want to win a pageant. No, she wants to be a title holder. And that is a big distinction there. There's a lot of people enter going, okay, I just want to win something. Okay, then play cards. You know, that's not the point. Or play hockey or whatever. But she wants to be a title holder, and she wants to do good things with her title. So that is who you want to win. And I mean, no disrespect to Trisha, she is fantastic too, and she would have been an incredible title holder as well. Gosh, yeah. But I just spent time with Jenna just a few hours prior, and she really, truly, from her heart, told me what it meant to her. So I was happy for her. I mean, I would have been thrilled with either one, but just having spent time with Jenna and knowing what it meant to her, I felt like I won.
Don't get so passionate. You might get cut off again.
I know, right? I gotta reel it in.
But you were very close to winning.
Apparently
and
so.
you were also very close to not making it.
Apparently so. I don't know. Well, that's why I wanted to re-enter and just really give it my all and be an active title holder throughout the year and see what happens. I just had such a good time and legitimately have friends now from that pageant. One more, and then I'm done. And
Scott, she almost didn't make it to Toronto.
Pardon?
Yeah, I remember she said
didn't make it to Toronto.
Yeah, we were talking about that in your interview, right? With on your show.
Yeah, I was pulling into my garage from work, gonna finish, the last minute packing, wrangle the husband, zip the suitcase, and I get a text. I'm like, who is texting me? It's Air Canada. Oh, your flight's been canceled. Come again?
Oh no.
Froze again. All right, come back out. Yep. Pop out, pop back in. So she was.
Oh, she's still there.
She's there, but we can't hear her. No, I think it delayed. It does the thing. Yeah.
Oh, no, because when she was flying out of BC, it was around the forest fire time. So that's why her flight got canceled.
I see. Actually, that's right. When she was on your show, there were forest fires, and now BC is like huge parts of it are underwater. BC is getting hit so hard right now with weather events. It's
global warming at its finest.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. All right, we'll get her back in here. But hi, all you guys who are here. Zach asks, who's making the Super Bowl this year? Maybe we can ask her that if she has any predictions, who it is. But we'll have her finish the story that she was just telling us. So she just got a text about her flight being canceled, and we'll get that. We'll catch up with her. But yeah, I guess maybe my dad must have been or my parents must have been 49ers fans when I was a kid. Because it never occurred to me. I think even when I was a kid, I didn't really understand what the 49ers were. Like, I don't actually think I understood what it was. But it was just we wore these red jerseys that were like red with big numbers. And I remember I drew a picture of like me, my dad, and my mom, and my brother, all of us. And like me, my dad, and my brother are all wearing our little 49ers jerseys. It was nice. Let me see. Yeah, let me see what comments if we missed anything. Christian's still here. Zach has been hanging out. Oh, I see. Zach says, who's making the Super Bowl this year? And then he wrote the Eagles. Oh, I guess Zach's an Eagles fan.
My question.
Right.
Oh wait, I was gonna say who's the halftime show, but they already announced the halftime show, right? Isn't it like
They did. I don't know.
Eminem, Mary J. Blige?
Oh, really? I missed that announcement. I don't know. I didn't hear. But that's pretty good.
She's trying to log in.
All right, cool. And I think I saw somebody ask earlier where people can watch her show. So she is, she's a sportscaster on Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver on the radio. But I believe if you go to Sportsnet. Well, let's ask her that. Let's get the scoop on that. But yeah, she's the host of OT with Caroline, Lindsay, and Lena on Sportsnet 650 radio. So we'll make sure that she tells us that. And
she's amazing. Like, she also is a founder of her own, non-for-profit. Like, she is like I said on the show, if you could take bits of Scott and bits of me and put it into one person, it's literally who she is.
Cool. Yeah, it's been really fun to chat with her. I don't know what's going on with our tech side of things today, but yeah, thank you guys all for
your patience.
For your patience and for putting up with it and for your questions. Okay, I'm seeing her coming back. Okay, we're gonna get her back in here. Let me get her here. She's about to appear.
Again, she got so passionate about packing for Canada Galaxy, and then it went.
There we go. Yeah.
I know. I have to reel it in.
Yeah.
Break down.
My energy is sucking up the Wi-Fi.
It's the coffee.
I guess.
You got a text that your flight was canceled.
Yes.
We left off.
Yes, and they don't ever cancel flights. You know, they said, a refund will be given, and the airlines never give refunds. So we thought, oh my gosh, is Toronto going in lockdown again? What's going on? And I called Air Canada, and one person said, yeah, your flight's been canceled. So can I get on another one? Oh, yeah, we're working on it. And then another one said, oh no, you've been rebooked for tomorrow. Have I though? So I kept getting emails saying flights canceled, refund given. And then I had another person telling me, oh no, you've been rebooked. So going, okay, well, I guess I'll just show up. And then I was looking at other airlines, and it was $3,000 for me and my husband. And I said, okay, I really want to compete, but I'll just wait next year. And so I just thought, okay, this is maybe the universe's way of saying don't compete.
Yeah.
So I didn't really feel prepared either. So I thought, okay, I see what you're doing. All right, I get it. I am supposed to wait till next year. But then I said, I'm just going to go to the airport and hope for the best. And then I get to the airport, and they went, oh, you don't exist. I'm like, why do I feel like I'm in high school again?
How rude.
And yeah, I was like, thanks. She goes, oh no, I mean, I had, and then someone else took my ID and everything and said, oh no, here you are. I said, okay, so I can go. And then of course I get to Toronto. It takes 2 hours to get my bag. So I'm thinking, okay, really? I have no wardrobe. all right, really not supposed to compete. And it ended up happening the way it should, and loved every second of it. And I just want to go back and give it one more go. It'll be my last pageant. One more go, and let's see.
I remember when Cindy was like, oh, Carolina might be able to make it. And I'm like, what? And then when I saw you there the next day, I was like, oh my gosh, you made it.
I was stunned. It was a whirlwind. And yeah, but it worked out. I couldn't be happier with how everything worked out and my experience. And like I said, loved it so much, I want to go back. So I'm going to book my flight for about 2 days before, just in case.
Yes.
So was your flight, was the flight you took the original flight you had booked, or did things get moved? Like, what actually happened?
They moved me to the next day. So I was supposed to leave, I think it was Thursday at 2 or something like that. And so I ended up leaving Friday at 10 or noon, something like that. So it wasn't the same flight, same airline, obviously, and they just bumped me. But what was stressful is they couldn't tell me if it was canceled or if I was rebooked. So I had two different people telling me two different things. So I just said, all right, I'll go to the airport and see. And my husband goes, you know what, I'll stay back. I'll hang out with Dad. You just go and you enjoy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to go. It's fine. I have friends in Toronto. We're fine. And then I came back. He was like, I'm a bad husband. I didn't go. I'm like, oh, you're fine. You went to all the other ones. It's okay. You'd be a bad husband if you went to Vegas. While I was at the pageant, like you were taking care of my dad, and his dad came to town that day. So I said, no, the opposite. You're a great husband. So chill. Aww. But yeah, he's like, can I go next year? Yes.
Bring him. Bring your best friend
he wants
too.
to go. He loves. He's like, just tell me where to stand, babe. Just tell me where to stand. It's cool. And Mrs. America, they had all the husbands on stage, so he rented a tuxedo and had to carry the Hawaiian flag, and
wow,
they marched us out, and we introduced ourselves and introduced our husbands. So he's like, do I have to do that? No, you can just sit in the audience and relax.
No, you just bring me flowers afterwards.
Yes, bring me carbs and flowers.
Bring me pizza, wings, and nail glue, just in case it happens. What Jenna happens to you.
Awesome. It was
She's gone again.
She's gone. Okay, we'll get her back.
Passionate about her husband. We're going to.
Yeah, but at least I'm glad it didn't cut out in the middle of a sentence. So that's
Isn't it
good.
crazy? She did Mrs. USA as Hawaii.
Yeah,
she was
that's
Mrs.
Cool.
Hawaii.
That's awesome. Maui's really nice. I feel like that'd be a nice place to. It's I went to Hawaii for a wedding a while back.
She's back.
Okay, great. Let's get her back in here.
Caroline, I was saying you got so passionate about your husband, and then all of a sudden it was like,
no glue. Jenna, all she wanted was wings afterwards. She was just focused. Wings. And she won the pageant. She deserved it. And it was a late night, so we couldn't go anywhere. It was also a Sunday, so it's not like there's anything raging. And not that I can rage by this movement that I just did.
No, it looks pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty good move. It's a popular one, I think.
She's frozen.
She froze again.
About her dance.
Oh, wait. Is she back? No, she's frozen.
Caroline,
something's happening. But we will get her back in here momentarily. Yeah, I don't know. Something's happening with the system today.
She just needs to
one
stop
of those
being
things.
passionate.
Yep. Okay, wait. Is she back?
Stop being
there she
passionate
is.
about nails, wings, and raging.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. Let me get her in here.
I was gonna ask her a question, but I'm scared she's gonna get passionate about it.
There we go. Okay, she's back. People can see her again.
Okay, so anyway, Jenna really wanted wings, and I wanted pizza. And Jenny, she was just, stoked for her friend, because Jenny, Mrs. Windsor, and Jenna got very close. So she was just so happy. And her daughter was first runner up in the Little Miss. Mm-hmm. So Jenny was just over the moon happy for everything and everyone. And she's just that person anyway. She's just a good human being, good vibes. So we got the wings. Jenna opens the box, pops the nail off. And being the winner, she had a photo shoot the next day. So I'm like, crazy glue, tape, just put a Band-Aid on it. And so we're just trying to come up with all these little MacGyver things to help her nail. I think she ended up gluing it with crazy glue, but it kept popping off. But yeah, so
I was gonna say that would work, but maybe
No.
crazy. Actually, no, because crazy glue is. I mean, a lot of them are designed to like not hold skin together, right, for safety or whatever. So maybe.
So
Yeah.
she tells me that she breaks her nail. I'm like, this is what you get for not inviting me to your pizza party.
well, next year, no matter
I'll
who
be there.
wins, we'll have a
I'll be
pizza
there.
and wing party, and we will definitely invite you. It was like 2:32 or 3:30. I think the
Yeah.
time in the background and the clock was like 3:32 or something like that. And
Yeah. We had
yeah.
McDonald's in our room, so
ooh, that's good
Yeah.
too. Little
Yeah.
nuggets.
no, I was like, let's go all out. Let's get a Big Mac. I don't care about this clean shoot tomorrow. Let's just do it.
Everybody poofy for the shoot.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Fine. Photoshop it out. It's fine.
Exactly.
I remember on Regine. Oh, what were you say, Regine?
No, go ahead. I'm done.
Oh, I was gonna ask. I remember on her episode you mentioned that you always wanted to. Was sportscaster the first job you ever wanted? Oh, we just lost her. Come back, and then I'll ask the question. But let me
She'll
get
be
ready.
back.
Yeah.
She got
hang on.
passionate again.
Yeah. Something's happening here. I don't know what it is. There's something happening. But
To
hey,
those who are
everybody.
watching,
Yep.
if you have questions for Caroline, whether it be about sports or why her Wi-Fi keeps popping her out, let us know.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. We're getting her back. We're getting her back. She should be here in 3, 2, 1. Bam. All right. Was
Caroline,
sportscaster the
first off-
first? Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Regina.
Thank you for your patience with this
Well,
program.
thank you, and I apologize to everyone watching. I don't know. I just don't know.
Sometimes the technology just does things. That's all.
It's poopy.
But, yeah, exactly. That's yes.
Good.
That is the technical term. Correct. So I just want to ask you: was sportscaster the first job you ever wanted? Is that what you always wanted to be? Oh no.
Just don't ask her the question because
It's getting I don't. It's just
You're
getting
jinxing.
it's getting worse.
not
sure what's happening.
No.
I guess
What's
it is
happening?
just
Maybe it's the rain in BC that's doing it.
could be anything. But no, I think it's oh, you're saying like that's right, like all the connections maybe. Who knows, maybe.
Caroline, can you just use your data?
All right, hang on.
And
we go.
she's back.
She's back. Hang on. We don't see her yet. They don't see her in the thing yet. I'm just going to go.
Stop drinking your coffee. Maybe that's it.
Yes, that's yes. The mug is too big.
It's the
mug
mug.
is too big. That's what
The
it is.
mug is sucking up all of
Yeah.
the energy.
Yes. Did you hear my question?
I heard, was sportscasting your first, I guess, my
Choice.
first job
Yes.
I wanted to do?
Yes. Is that was your like
that
when you
your
were young?
dream
Is that
job?
was that your
First
dream
love?
job?
It was. I always thought I was going to be a lawyer, though, like my dad. I wanted to be a human rights lawyer and, save the world, as one does as a lawyer. And I always had it in the back of my mind that I wanted to be on TV talking about sports. I just didn't think I could because, being a girl. And then more and more, I saw more women on there. And it was my Auntie Carol, who I was named after, my Auntie Caroline. I said, I want to be on TV and I want to talk about baseball. She goes, then you will. I went, oh, okay. Is it that easy? Okay. And here I am. It was actually
Talking about
funny. I have a funny story and I'm going to get passionate. So the feed will probably go, but way back in grade 10, this is going to age me now. I don't know if I told this story on your show, Regine, but grade 10, the Dome opened, and it'll always be the Dome. It's not Rogers Center. It's
Forever.
the Dome.
Correct.
And it opened, and our teacher was pretty young. He was about 24, 25, but when you're 14, that's you so old. And we were talking about it, talking about going to the Dome, talking about the Blue Jays, blah, blah, blah. And I was struggling with math at this time. And then I looked at him. He said, I looked at him and I went, sir, I get what you're doing. You're really cool. don't worry about me. I'm going to be on TV talking about baseball. I'm not going to need this. I don't remember saying this. What a little jerk. And then we see him, my friend Fun Pam and I, who was in the class, we were at a Jays game years later. Like we were in our late 20s, 30s. And we were like, who's, when you feel someone watching you, we look over and we see him at the next concession stand, just shaking his head. And he goes, of course, I see Pam and Carol at a game. And he goes, and do you remember what you said to me? And I was like, no. And he reminded me and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. What a little jerk. He goes, no, you weren't saying it as a jerk. You were just saying it as a matter of fact. This is what's going to happen. And he goes, and here I am flipping through and there's Caroline talking to me about baseball on TV. And I was like, well, I guess
you
she was
manifested
right. So
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I, had my own little prophecy then. But to answer your question, I always wanted to. I just didn't think I could.
Sir, I don't need to. You know what? Now there's gonna be all these kids who are watching this, and they're gonna go to their teachers. Sir, what you're doing is cool and all, but I'm gonna be an astronaut one day.
I don't recommend that. I was like, what a little jerk. I'm like, I'm so sorry. He goes, no, it's fine. He goes, you had such conviction. And he said, I was more offended when you guys were talking about the Bon Jovi concert. And you guys were all like, it's young people music. And he was like 24, 25 and went to the same concert, by the way, and had a blast. But we were all just like, ew, you're just like so old. He was more offended by that than my don't waste your time on me because I'm like totes going to talk baseball talk.
That's hilarious.
Well, that's cool though. I love that you knew what you wanted, and then you went and got it.
Who knew? And now I'm working for the Vancouver Canadians. I don't know what's going to happen next year. Vancouver Canadians, high A team of the Blue Jays. So Alec Manoah played for the Seas. So we got to see him before, and his ERA was like 0 or something stupid like that. He was on a very limited pitch count because he came later in the year, and they didn't want to wreck him. Being the new guy, but big guy, and he seems to be the same dude that played here. So sweet, such a nice kid. And I put my hand up next to his, and my hand was like this. I was like, little tiny hand. He was just a giant animal of a man, and just a gentle giant, just such a sweet kid. And so when you see guys like that played for your team first really thrive and flourish, it's just great to see.
Cool. And so you briefly veered off thinking about, so because you weren't sure if you could go into sportscasting, you kind of chose. I was going to ask why you considered law to be that one, but then you said because your father was a lawyer.
Yeah.
But
and I like to argue. I don't know. I just had to find somewhere for a living where I could shoot off my mouth and get paid to do it, I guess. But yeah, I wanted to be a human rights lawyer, save the world. I wanted to
Oh, froze.
I'm passionate about saving the world.
Okay.
Master of
No. Come on back. Yeah, come on back. So she left
Tell
off
us how
saying
you
that
really feel.
Yeah. She left off saying that she wanted to be human rights lawyer, saving the world. Christian is going to leave a double like and a double sub on Regine's channel, and I've already double subbed to Scott. Thanks, Christian.
Thanks. How do you double sub?
It's a very special move.
Oh, fancy. Thank you.
It's only something that the very high-end YouTube users can bring in. Okay, she's back. We're going to get her back onto the screen in 3, in 2, in 1. And there she is. She wanted to be a human rights lawyer because she was going to save the world, and continue.
And Georgetown at the time, I don't know if they still do, have a Master of Science in Foreign Service degree along with your law degree. So I was like, oh, of course I didn't get in because it's Georgetown. And then I just took a job. I was going to take a year off in between university and applying to law school. Got into law school, but it was like, do I want to go now? Now I have to commit. Now it's more than just saying I want to be a lawyer. And if I'm not a sportscaster, am I going to look back when I'm 80 and go, what if? So Yeah, I took a job as a receptionist at City TV in Toronto, had a conversation with the right person, and here I am, 21 years later. I'm old and still a sportscaster. So
You're
who
not
knew?
old.
Yeah, I agree. But that's amazing. And I
Well,
feel
there.
like if you're looking for a job where you can argue, like I feel like there's like, going into law and like debating people over legal things, and then I think the only other real thing is sports. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially when you say, hey, the Canucks have a good future. And then people go, "Wah!" So, yeah, good times.
There were a few questions for you, Caroline, in the live chats.
Oh yeah.
Someone was asking where they can listen to your shows.
Oh, www.sportsnet.ca/650 OT with Caroline, Lindsay, and Lena. Also, City News 1130, City News 660, and City News 680. I do the sports reports in the mornings and mid-afternoon there.
Wow.
There you go.
There's
Yeah,
lots
I
of
think-
places to find her.
Lots. I'm everywhere. It's fun doing the reports for Toronto too, because my friends will text and go, wait, are you here? No, I'm not. And the same with Sandra, who's based out of Calgary. She does the afternoons in Vancouver. People are asking her, wait, are you here in Vancouver? No, I'm still in Calgary. But yeah, multitasking.
There you
Yeah.
go. The power of the TV.
Actually, one thing you could briefly talk about, I guess, is I guess COVID will hit everything really hard. But I was just curious because I guess you were doing the show from like a studio and everything before, right? How did you guys have to adjust for broadcast and everything?
Well, we did it from home. So Google Meets, clean feeds, all of the fun technical things. And we did it from home until last week. Last
Oh.
week was our first time the three of us were in the studio since the world shut
Wow.
down. We just kind of enjoyed being at home and wearing pajamas. And, we still kind of wear pajamas. We just brush our hair to go into the studio, just respect for other people. But yeah, we just did it from home, and the three of us would do something like we're doing now, make sure that we could see each other. So it'd be either FaceTime or a Google Meet or Google Chat or something. So we would have our screen here plus what we were doing on the air, so we could see each other and not have to go, sorry. So we would just kind of wave and go, next point, sort of thing. So, but last week was the first. This past Monday was our first time in the studio since the world shut down, and it was kind of fun. And the last time we were there, we went into the studio when the Canucks prior to when.
Oh.
So at the beginning of the last hockey season we were in, but they rigged up the studio.
No, we still see you. We still see you. You didn't.
And she.
It went out and then she came back. But anyway, we'll get her back. But
Ugh.
so she just got back in literally last week.
I saw it
That's
in her Instagram story, actually.
Oh, I see. Okay, hang on. Let's get her back. I think she's about to appear again. Boop, 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 boop. Where is she? We'll get her back. But because so I guess you and I, well, we were even talking about when we're gonna start coming back and being.
And every time we
in
think it's
person
gonna
again.
happen, Scott travels.
Yeah, I'll have to get that sorted out. Oh, okay. I think she's about to appear. I think.
Do you guys want to see Scott and I back in studio together, or do you like this? Do you like us just doing this at home?
I mean, I you know what? Even if I'm imagining a lot of the people watching probably never even got to see the shows
That's true.
that were in person. But I will say for sure they will like those more. Because
think
there's
so.
something, there's something more to like, being in the room with people. In fact, I have a feeling I want to ask her about that. But okay, here we go. She's coming back. And okay. Yeah, so you were just talking about you went briefly into the studio for
Canucks.
Yeah,
Yes.
we were doing some post-game Canuck show. Our show, we were the post-game show because at the start of last season, the Canucks were also bad. And that's when fans get fired up. So we would do the post-game show. and we were all there, but they rigged up the studio so we were all separated by shower curtains. So it was kind of funny. So we're just still looking at each other. And then we just pulled, I think the morning show guys kept going into the studio. I think they pulled it down. They were just so frustrated. And, it's a shower curtain. And if one of us already has it, we've all got it anyway. And we were all negative. We were all careful. But then it came to a point where no one was allowed in the building at one point because it was so bad. So that's when we started doing everything online, and we just went back in. It was kind of fun. It was kind of fun being back together, the three of us, the OT3, all in studio together.
Yeah, so I was talking with Regine about it because we used to do this show in person, and the one thing that was cool is when we did switch to online is that we always had to interview guests that were local in Toronto, right? Yeah. So this kind of widened our range, but there's still something about being in a room with people, right? Like something is lost. So it must have felt really nice to be sitting with your co-hosts again, like actually.
It really was. And I mean, I've seen them in the building. Lindsay, my other co-host, she does traffic on City News. Lena is on the technical side at Sportsnet 650. So I've seen them, but not as OT as our show. So it was kind of nice, the three amigos back again. And it is something special, and we want to start having guests come in. But I mean, at that time of night, it's between 7 and 9 o'clock at night. Largely, we would do telephone interviews anyway. But it would be nice to just have people in and just have, human interaction, something that we took for granted and was taken from us. And now it's just, can I hug you, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really realize how I guess how, I don't know, important it is, or how
human touch is.
Yeah.
It
really is.
I feel like when Scott and I go back in person, it's going to be like our first episode where it's like, oh.
Yeah. Sorry, who are you? Wait, what is this? What are these? Oh, and she's frozen again. But I think we are going to wrap up shortly, but I want to get her back, and then we'll get her, all the social media information and stuff like that. And then that'll be that. Okay, good. Hang on, let me get her back in here.
We got passionate, and then it got.
Yeah, it's one of those things,
Passion is not allowed on this show.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'm so sorry, guys. I have no idea what's happening here.
No, it's okay.
It's been like this all morning, even for me.
Yeah, Regine was having trouble when she was logging in. I don't know what it is.
And she's gone again.
We lost her again. Something is getting in the way of something else. But, okay, well, Regine, why don't you tell us, where can people find you?
You guys can find me on my YouTube channel for The Pageant Sit Down, where I talk all things pageantry with people like Caroline and other beauty queens. I've interviewed Caroline, I've interviewed Scott, so you can watch those videos if you want to after this. I go live at least once a week with guests from all over the world in different parts of pageantry. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter-ish. At It's Regine Alaina. I am looking at finally posting on TikTok, so that's my handle there as well. If you'd like to follow my pageant journey, you can also do so by following Mrs. Galaxy Southern Canada 2022 on Facebook and Instagram. Scott, where can people find you?
You can find me right here where you're watching this very video. Thank you, Christian, and thank you, Christian, too, both of you. Night Wolf, all you guys. Find me at youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown, Twitch and DLive as well. But the best place is YouTube, because you get all the other videos. Also Instagram and Twitter and all of those things. youtube.com/Scott Dion Brown is the best place. And Caroline, we're going to wrap up shortly, but I did want to make sure people let everybody know where they can follow you, any social media, and also once more where they can listen to you, all that stuff.
Oh, well, Twitter, Caroline Frolic. I'm not a very good Twitterer. I have to work on that. I think Twitter is a cesspool of negativity. So I'm a good retweeter, but I don't really seek it out. I'm trying. Instagram, it's Frolic, or Mrs. Galaxy Vancouver 2022 with dots in between all of the words. So that's me. Interact. Shoot me a message if you have any questions about pageants or sports or anything. Happy to meet new friends, even if it's online without human touch.
Before you go, there was another question from YouTube where they were asking who you think is going to make the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl? Ooh.
That was a question, right?
Yeah, it was a question.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
Zach asked.
I don't think you can ever count out Tom Brady. I would not be surprised, even though his team is, I wouldn't ever count them out. I also really like the Bills. I don't know. Arizona, Rams. Right now, this is a weird year where there's really no real favorite. But at this time last year, did you ever think Tom Brady was going to win another ring? No. But look at what he went and did. So until Tom Brady retires, I don't think you can ever count him out.
There you go.
There you go.
Ageless wonder. I'll have what he's having. And for people on the happy side of 40, I like to see it.
Yeah. Well, I was watching something about like his diet and his routine. It's super, super like, well, I mean, that's why. That's why.
He ain't eating wings, and Giselle's not breaking nails opening wing boxes. That's for sure. I don't think they would would allow me near them if I suggested Uber eating pizza and wings. But it works for them. I mean, they both look great. They're both active. So all the power to you. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep eating all of the bad things.
Same.
There you go. Well, yeah, on that note, Caroline, this was a lot of fun. We had some technical problems, but it was still a great show, and we really appreciate you coming in and chatting with us this morning.
Loved it. I'm so sorry about all the technical issues. I have no idea what is happening. I went off Wi-Fi, and now look at it. We're all perfect. So I don't know if it was I don't know what it was, but I appreciate everyone's patience and had a blast, and go Canucks.
And it freezes. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that last part didn't come through. Yeah, on
Sorry,
the technical problems or something. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for watching. Christian and Christian too. Zach and who else was here? Nightwolf. There are a bunch of you guys throughout the show, but thank you all for being here. Make sure you guys follow Caroline, follow Regine, follow myself. Hit the like button if you like the video, and we will see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.